Welcome back, everybody. I'm using advanced puppetry now to control my arm. And up and down. Do you know Jack Benny, who, many of you won't remember, but Jack Benny, I don't remember him either, I'm just saying it. He used to always stand like that. When he was doing his comedy, he would stand like that. He was very, very funny. He would have no place on this show. He would do that. I think that's a funny way to stand. It's not as funny as this, obviously. But then, what did Benny know about comedy? My next guest is the founder and chairman of the Virgin Group. Please welcome Sir Richard Branson, everybody. Sir Richard Branson. Welcome. I thought you might. You help yourself. Relax. We're informal here, and I'm rather relieved to see you didn't fly in on a helicopter or bungee or, come in on a moon hopper.
It's you that's doing those sorts of things these days, I hear.
I'm very kind of caffeinated tonight, I have to say. Normally I'm a little sedate, but I'm jubilant tonight. And I'll tell you why. Because I've been flying today. And actually, I've been flying a lot. I know you...
Have we got any footage?
Of me flying? I don't think so. Have we got any footage of me flying?
Why do you fly and not sort of show off about it?
Because it's private for me.
It's private for you.
Yeah, it's my private special alone time, except for when I'm in hotels.
Crash the plane, are you?
No.
Have you done solo?
I have soloed, yeah. And I'm getting ready to fly alone.
Oh, okay.
Do you? I know. Do you actually... well, Virgin, I was going to say, do you actually pilot airplanes? Have you ever done that? Do you do that?
I pilot balloons.
Right.
In fact, my first piloting a balloon experience was crashing on a factory of a bread bakery.
Right.
And
well, you wanted the dough to be nice and soft and landing.
And the fire brigade had to come and get us down, and the cartoonist the next day in the local paper went, hasn't he got enough bread already?
Oh, of course, you are hugely wealthy, of course. I better suck up to you a bit more. I was letting that go. No. Well, all right then. Thank you. What about... no, magic fingers. No, I was piloting a balloon. I don't know. Don't they move terribly slowly?
At 35,000 feet, they go very fast.
Do they really?
Yeah, I mean, when we crossed the Pacific, you see.
Yeah, and did you have oxygen? Oh, you'd have to have oxygen.
Our average speed across the Pacific was 220 miles an hour, so that's fast.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You get right in the core of the jet stream, and you hold on for dear life as the top of the balloon goes.
Wow, that's very exciting. I mean, that is a lot. Now, why did you get into? Why did you form your own airline? Because I first became aware of you through Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells, which was an album that came out. When was that?
72.
72? And you were like an independent record producer then, I guess.
Yeah, we actually formed Virgin Records just to put his record out because nobody else would put it out. And
it was a huge hit, wasn't it?
It certainly helped pay a few bills.
Right, yeah. Do you still get a bit of dough from that?
No, we don't get any money anymore, but...
I'll play it on the show, you'll get about 20 bucks.
He's got a new big hit album at the moment.
Has he really?
Yeah. No,
I'm glad to hear that.
He's incredible. He just played every instrument himself. Beautiful sound.
It was very good, yeah. It was the soundtrack to The Exorcist, actually, wasn't it, for about the...
And then Omadorn was his third album, which is even more beautiful, I think, of anybody.
Are you still heavily involved in the music side of things, or do you not really...
Not really.
Yeah. It's all airplanes now.
Yeah, we're going, getting off the Earth, going into space and things like that.
How is that going to happen? Is there going to be commercial space travel? Are you going to be part of that?
There is. We've got the mothership being unveiled in 6 months' time, and then we've got the spaceship being unveiled in 12 months' time.
What's the mothership then?
The mothership is the big ship that carries the spaceship up into about 60,000 feet, and then the spaceship drops away, and off it goes at 4,000 miles an hour into space.
And how would a gentleman get on that?
A couple of $100,000 would be nice.
I refer you to my original.
But we have an even more exciting project we're working on with Google. which is called Virgil.
Virgil.
Virgin. Google.
Yeah.
And that is a plan to build a giant Noah's Ark, which will basically... I mean, we're going to be looking for volunteers. It'd be interesting to see if anybody in this audience would want to go. But
where do you want to send them first?
Well, it's a one-way flight, and it's to.
I've got a couple of ideas for you.
The idea is to colonize Mars. So it'll be a one-way flight to Mars, and Larry and Sergey, who are the owners of Google, have agreed to put a lot of money into it, and we hope it'll take about 10 years, but we think it'll be realistic.
One-way trip to Mars?
It's a one-way trip, and we think there will be people. I mean, we've started finding people and getting out there to find people.
Yeah.
We think about 1 out of every 10,000 people would be willing to leave Earth, and in the same way that people from Scotland went out looking for America once. And you ended up in America.
No, I agree. I see where you're going. Yeah.
But we are looking for comedians to go. It needs a bit. If you're
a funny man.
We're gonna have
and I suspect you're insulting the out of me right now.
We're going to have about 30 people on this spaceship, and they need to be entertained. So
yeah, I don't know.
And I've talked to you. I've talked to a few people who know you, and they think that you should volunteer.
I do.
Your best friends think you should volunteer.
Yeah, that's right. yeah. It's a very long way to send alimony, though, from outer space. So I don't know if that'll happen. I love the fact that you push yourself like that, though. That you push yourself to the frontier of that. Is that the future for space exploration? It's not government. It's private enterprise. Do you think that's the way it's going to go?
I think governments certainly will play a role, but I think governments should generally get out of any business and put up prizes to try to encourage private individuals to do it. And I think Virgin Galactic Airways will bring space travel to thousands of people.
I know you've opened up because I've used your airline before to get back to the old country, but I've never. Do you have an airline in America now as well?
Yeah, we've got a wonderful airline called Virgin America, and you should have used it by now.
Thank
you.
I've been flying my little Cessna. I get to go up in a little Cessna. And
well, yeah, we won't actually let you touch the controls of Virgin America. You can peek around the door.
Well, I think that's probably reassuring for most people who would travel on your airline. Is it something that always?
We might let that Larry King guy, that was playing earlier. He could.
You don't want to get Larry King in a pressurized environment, my friend. That is the last thing you want. It squeezes it. It squeezes it. That's a very bad idea.
Wasn't he good as Larry King?
I'm very glad you came to visit us on the show. I'm fascinated by your enterprise and your spirit, and I applaud it. I really do. I just think it's wonderful that so stay at it and let's explore space. I'll go for a couple of $100. I'll go. So Richard Branson, everybody, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, excuse me. It's getting late, I mean, I think that if you've stayed with the show this long, you got to ask yourself a couple of questions. Why? Are you really that lonely? But I think it's been an interesting show. For example, what do you think we learned tonight? Well, we learned that I shouldn't really drink coffee before the show, I think. Or take my extra hit of crystal meth. We had some wonderful guests on the show. We had, it's all right, it's only skin. We had some wonderful guests. Aisha Tyler was here. And we learned from Aisha that hotel sex is better if there are 2 people in the room. Let me rephrase that. At least 2 people in the room. We learned that I have one sexual position that I like. Or indeed, no. We also learned from Sir Richard Branson that rich people respond to massage. We learned that Sir Richard Branson would like me to be the face of Earth as we go into space. I think what we learned is that Richard Branson is clearly insane. But he's very wealthy, so I kissed his ass anyway. We also learned that Richard Branson founded Virgin, but Aisha Tyler is not one.